Hey, what's going on, guys? J-Kun Prime here with another almost emergency style Mortal Kombat 11 video. So while I was at work, there was a massive leak. I don't know where this came from, whether somebody broke an NDA or whether somebody got fired and then got angry and decided to release all this content. I don't even know if the content is absolutely real. The only thing I know for certain, whoever was sitting at this desk more than likely doesn't have a job anymore. So Ed Boon, if you're watching this video, and the highly unlikely chance that you are, if you haven't found the guy yet, here's his desk. I hope you can find him. But before we get into the news, if I could, please hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. That way you always know when I have new content for you to watch. And if you could leave a like rating on the video, it shows your support, and I would greatly appreciate that. With that being said, let's go over the leak. So I have several pictures here, and we will be going pretty much over every single one of them, and in detail, for the most part, of what this leak is going to be entailing. And the first one is going to be obviously the most apparent, and that is the picture of the entire roster, minus the DLC. I can only assume that the DLC hasn't been worked on yet, or it hasn't been added to the build yet. So what we're actually looking at is the entire main roster, with a couple slots not filled in yet. So from top to bottom, and left to right, obviously, we are looking at, on the top row, Jackie Briggs making a return, and a new character called Cetrion. Now, we don't know anything about her yet. We're just going to have to wait for more information, so let's go ahead and move on to the next row. Next row, from left to right, is going to have Kano. We already knew he was going to be in the game, as well as Garrus. We've already known he was going to be in the game, and we have gameplay of him. The next two are two characters we didn't know were going to be coming into the roster, and that is Frost. Now, why they went with Frost having a bald head, I don't know. I'm certainly not against it. It's just an interesting appearance choice for the character. But again, we're going to have to wait on more detail for that. Now, the silhouette on the second row has the name Jax in it. Now, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a surprise to anyone else that Jax was going to be making a return. But nevertheless, it's also very interesting. On the third row, from left to right, we have Johnny Cage, obviously, since he got shown off yesterday. We also have Devora Baraka. We haven't seen any gameplay from Devora yet, but we've definitely seen Baraka. And then Cassie Cage. Now, we knew that she was going to be in the game, but we didn't know 100% whether or not she was going to be playable in this game. But seeing her on that roster right there, I can only assume that she will be. And then right next to her, two other characters that we haven't seen anything about other than a cutscene for one of them and then absolutely nothing for the other. And that is Kung Lao and Kotal Khan. Now, Kung Lao, I kind of figured he was going to be a shoo-in for this game, especially since he was shown pretty prominently alongside Liu Kang in the story mode trailers that we've seen so far. Kotal Khan was definitely a character I was hoping was going to return. I really liked his backstory. I really liked the character development that they had for him, and I'm just very glad to see him back. Next one up on the fourth row, left to right, as usual, is Erron Black. Now, this is actually a character I wholeheartedly expected to see a return, just based on the fact that he was insanely popular in Mortal Kombat X. But you can actually look at the picture here, and he's completely unmasked. That is absolutely crazy. So I really hope we get more backstory of, like, is this a past version of Erron Black? Is it a future version of Erron Black? I definitely want to know more. And then we see right next to Erron Black a Revenant version of Liu Kang. So very much a future persona of this character, where I'm guessing he is now Emperor Liu Kang, ruler of the Netherrealm type of deal, which I definitely want to learn more about that. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, we already knew about them, played with them while I was in LA. And then the last one on the fourth row is very interesting. It is called the Collector. Now, again, brand new character. We don't know anything about him. Looks like he is a hooded figure. Almost looks like he has these two big blue ears sticking out of the hood. So I'm very curious to see where he comes from. And then down on the 5th row, we have Cabal, Jade, and Scarlet, which we already knew about. And then we have NOO, which I'll touch on that in a future picture, but that is Noob Saibot. Mind officially blown. Noob Saibot is back in the game. So on the final row, we have Sonya, which we've already seen, and then KIT. I can only assume this means Kitana, because I don't know anybody else in the Mortal Kombat world where their name starts with KIT. Plus, in one of the dialogue previews that we've seen with Jade, she refers to Kitana not only as Kitana, but as Kitana Khan. So while we don't have a picture of this character yet, I can only assume that her default appearance is going to be very much like Jade, where it's going to be a Revenant version of Kitana. Now, the last one at the very, very bottom, this one honestly has me a little torn. Because if you look in all the rows except the 2 in the middle, there are 2 empty character slots on each row, and then 1 down here at the bottom. I am going to make a prediction here, and the SHA character is not actually Shao Kahn, although he is already confirmed in the game as a pre-order bonus. I am going to say that Shao Kahn is going to be to the right of whoever this SHA character is, and this SHA character is going to be Shang Tsung. Now, don't quote me on that 100%, that's just my speculation. So, that is the entire roster as we know it, according to this massive, massive leak. So, without any further ado, let's look at some of the other pictures that I have right here. And we have one, almost a full body picture of Liu Kang in his human form. Pretty much looks like he did in MK9, MK2, a little bit of MK3 with the studded forearm bracers. It looks good. It looks really, really good. Obviously, these pictures were kind of like cell phone quality. It was taken by a cell phone at a computer screen, so the quality is only going to look but so good. But that gives us a little bit more of a closer look for Liu Kang. And then next up, we have the picture that we showed at the beginning, which is a picture of Shao Kahn in the customization. And I really don't feel like we need to touch on Shao Kahn any more than we already have. We've already seen a good amount of him without actually seeing gameplay, because they pepper him onto every single character reveal trailer right at the end, just like they did with Goro, and just like they did with Darkseid and Injustice 2. So the next picture, this one gives us a more in-depth look at Aaron Black. In this picture of Aaron Black, he actually has the mask on. So I'm guessing the mask is going to be a customizable feature for Aaron Black this time around, since they're implementing a gear feature like they did in Injustice 2. Overall, it does look really cool. I just wish we could see the picture a little more clearly. Now, the next up is going to be Kano. And Kano is wearing a costume that is very similar to what he wore in MK9 and Mortal Kombat 3. But if you actually look at the features of Kano, it features more of the shaved, buzzed haircut and then completely clean shaven on the face, indicating a much younger, less seasoned Kano than what we're used to seeing in MKX and MK9. I'm a pretty big fan of this look. I hope this is one of the default looks for him. And then next up, we have none other than Noob Saibot. And he looks exactly what I expected him to look like, only doing one take here. What I expect him to look like. A dark, shadowy version of his brother Sub-Zero. Definitely wearing more prominent armor on the chest and arms this time around. You can't see too clearly, but it looks like the eyes are completely, like, just abyss-looking white. And I gotta admit, if this is the default look for Noob Saibot, it looks really, really cool. And then last but not least, we have what looks like to be a variation of some sort for Kotal Khan. I can only assume here, since he doesn't look like how he does in MKX, nor do we know anything about the power shift between Outworld and the Netherrealm as far as where the story falls in Mortal Kombat 11. We're just going to have to wait and see on that. But judging by the character and the clear bone protrusions coming out of the nose, and just the overall body paint on the torso, this is clearly Kotal Khan. And I am definitely impressed with how he looks. Now, whether or not this whole thing is legit, I don't know. I can only assume that it is, since it was so much, so fast, and this is, honestly, it would take a ton of work to fabricate anything like this. Now, if this was a deliberate leak, I don't know. NetherRealm is very good about trolling the community when it comes to the content that they release. Was this intended to be released? Was it a spiteful or vengeful former employee? Was it someone that just said, to hell with the non-disclosure agreement, I'm going to release it anyway? I don't know. I can only speculate at this point. I can only assume that NetherRealm kind of has a feeling that they know they're running out of time, and with them not doing a combat cast every single week, I can only assume that this was kind of deliberate, at least to a point. Some of the pictures probably were meant to find their way out to us, but I don't know if that whole roster thing was. Although that could have been the main component that was supposed to come out to us, just to throw us off the trail of who's actually going to be in the game and who isn't. But that's going to wrap things up for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate the support. Sorry for the slapdash manner of this video. I just wanted to make sure I get this content out to you as soon as humanly possible. Keep it tuned here for more MK11 news as it gets revealed. I'll be sure to do reaction videos for every single character trailer I find. And as more news comes down the pipeline that isn't character reveal trailers, I will be sure to let you guys know. Thank you again for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel. And be sure to check out our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/jcoonprime, where we stream pretty much 7 days a week at this point, with a heavy emphasis on Mortal Kombat and other games like Anthem, Destiny, and The Division, and more. So I hope to see you guys there live sometime. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.